Hello and welcome to Scorecard on Channel 1 TV. I am Bernard Abeku. On this show today, we get to talk about important things. For example, our women national team, the Black Queens of Ghana, are straight into the semi-finals of the Women's African Cup of Nations. It's crucial. We met against Algeria. We took Algeria out on penalty shootout, and we have the opportunity to play the host nation. Nigeria already will be playing South Africa. We played against South Africa. We played against Nigeria in the friendlies. South Africa beat us 2-0. Nigeria beat us also in that friendly, prior to the competition itself. Now we're about to meet Morocco. What are our chances? You have an idea? I'll be expecting that as the numbers roll on the screen. We'll talk about that. Then we'll talk about our national under-20 team, the Black Satellite as well. They are playing at the Ghanaian Soccer Center. Of course, they played at the Ghanaian Soccer Center of Excellence in the WAFCON Zone B tournament. We are out. Cote d'Ivoire beat us by 2-1. We get reactions from that as well. Then we talk about your favorite football club and my favorite as well. They are playing some friendlies ahead of the start of the season, August 17, in the Premier League. We get to look at all of that here on the show, on Scorecard, live on Channel 1 TV. Once more, I am Bernard Abeku. Go for a quick break here. We'll return in studios. My guests are ready. We'll get talking. Welcome back. This is Scorecard on Channel 1 TV. Here on this show, as I rightly indicated to you, we get to talk about a lot of important things. Now, you can just only call a friend to tune in because we are here up until, late a bit in the night, around 10, of course, to highlight all the crazy stuff that's been happening over this week. Come now, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
So that's coming a mouthful. Hard guy. You made your debut on Football Made in Ghana. Then you make your debut.
Yeah.
It's a week of debuts or stuff like that.
Great week for me.
It means that the Manchester guys are going to do well in their debut now. That's fine. I know you didn't expect that. But Angelo, how you doing?
I'm good.
That's
Bernard,
fantastic. I'm solid as well. Manuel Angelo Kwachi. I love your name.
Bernard Abeku.
That's great. So guys, these are my guys I've been doing the discussions with. Let's get into business, shall we? Let's get to hear from our coach, the Black Queens coach, Kim Lasbjørgren. Before we hear from Kim Lasbjørgren, I want us to watch how events panned out. Then we get to talk about, the key areas we improved, areas we need to improve on, and of course, major reactions from you. How super excited you became during that span where we were playing our game, and when it got to the pen, I didn't lose hope because I've not seen these girls on the spot in this competition. So I gave them the benefit of the doubt. But the goalkeeper surprised me. Did she surprise you as well? Let's get into the highlights. So that's our female national team, the Black Queens of Ghana. And we can say they made us proud, isn't it, Kobna?
Oh, yeah. They didn't really play so well, but the most important thing in the football is for you to win.
But have the play improved from where we left off in the first game?
Yeah, a bit. But I still feel the players are a bit sluggish. I don't know if it's better when they play in the Malta Guineas Premier League. So let me give an example. Someone like Evelyn Beidou.
This is a mixture though.
Yeah, someone like Evelyn Beidou. When she was playing in the Malta Guineas Women's Premier League, I felt like she was a bit sharper than what she's doing now. Yesterday, for instance, her performance really shocked me because she was very sluggish and as if she was now learning how to play football. It got to a point she has to now learn how to break a ball. It's so bad because this is not the Evelyn Beidou we know. I remember the likes of Doris Boudua when she was playing for Azakes Ladies, who was playing so well. We don't see that sharpness over there. But the lucky thing they did was that they had a win against Algeria yesterday on penalties. The goalkeeper, as you said, really surprised us because going to this game, there was a lot of bashing on her, that she didn't do so well in our previous games. And surprisingly, she did so well in the penalty shootout. So it's a good win for Kim and for the ladies.
Okay, I want you to hold your thought on it. I've got a couple of questions for you, but I mean, your general overview of the play, was it good? Has it improved from the game we played against, our first game?
South Africa.
South Africa?
Yeah, South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we knew going to the Algeria game that the way they play, they're a bit, based on their record in the competition so far, they are a bit defensive. So I think that the fact that we're able to be solid to hold them back was a positive. In terms of the Queens, I think they made it to the semi-finals, and at the start of the competition, we were hoping that they could go very far. They have a chance now when they play Morocco to play the home team, and then they get to the final. I'm hoping Nigeria isn't the team we meet in the final, based on every time we get to the final.
So what you're saying that you want South Africa to beat Nigeria?
I mean,
They're
we played
seven-time
against South
champions.
Africa. We've had a view of how they play, how they set up their tactics and everything.
Yeah.
So from a Ghanaian point of view, I think that if we get South Africa, we have a better chance in the final.
Okay.
No, not a better chance to beat South Africa. Just a better chance.
No, not that. I doubt South Africa will go to the final.
I've seen few as well.
Yeah.
The Nigerians are just strong and
top-notch.
technically good, isn't it?
And I like the way they improve on their team, because obviously the squad changes from year to year, but they still seem to be the dominant force in women's football.
That's true.
So like in terms looking ahead to the final. First, you have to get through the Morocco game, and like I said, they made it to the semi-finals. There was a point. I remember the point in the last group game when we were playing, and I think it was 1-1, and it took a lot of late goals for us to get through. We ended up winning 4-1, and it looked much more comfortable. Yeah, but since then, I can only credit them for what they've done, and what they have done is made it to the semi-finals. And I think Kim has
That was
to be
against
given,
Tanzania, though.
yeah, so the third game against Tanzania, it took a while for the goals to come, but we've been able to get through that. We made it through the quarterfinals against Algeria, and now we have a chance to go even further and get to the final. And based on everything they've done so far in the tournament, I just have to have faith and give credit to what Kim has been able to do with the squad.
Giving credits to Kim, what kind of game are we envisaging against Morocco? They are the host nation.
Yeah. So I just feel like we had to, what we did against Algeria, that our defense line was so good. We have to do the same thing against Morocco, because the Moroccans are very stubborn. They try their best to get the goals, and they are a team that mostly likes to score a lot. So we have to be very careful in defense. Try to keep it calm, like the way we did against Algeria, as I said. But the Algerians that we met are a team that hardly scores. But you're meeting a Moroccan side that scores a lot. So we just need to be careful in whatever we do. And we should make sure whatever chance that we get, we have to score, because
That's a bit of the problem missing.
yes.
in this
Yeah, I
setup.
mean, Doris hasn't been able to score so far in this competition.
Yeah.
And obviously, she was missing in the game against Tanzania when we managed to get 4. But I think it comes from we haven't been able to create as many. We create chances, but I don't think we've been able to score as many in the moments where we've been dominant in
we
games.
create a lot of chances.
We've been dominant in games, but we haven't always been able to take the opportunities. So I'm hoping that the game against Morocco, we're able to use that to set things straight.
I want to also know from you, the numbers will be on your screen. We need to know what you also saw in that game and what you think of the coach. Angelo here is giving credit to the coach for getting the girls to create a number of chances. I listened to the coach initially. He spoke about the third half of our build-up, or if you want, of our game, as in scoring, because he came in just 5 months ago, and he feels he worked on departments, in terms of build-up with our game. And it's with the last part. Now we're able to create chances. We are unable to score. What is that missing jinx in that space? Kim Lars himself has been talking or reacting after that all-important, win, or the tournament in general, while we've been faring, and whether we've improved enough collectively as a team. Let's watch this.
Say that much before the penalties. Of course, we have doing penalties in the training and things like that. So I had a plan for it before we took them, but in the end I just said it doesn't matter if we win or we lose this game. I'm said that I'm really proud over how hard they worked and everything they did. So I told them to try to just enjoy and take care of this movement. And if I take the goalkeeper, Cynthia is someone that I've been talking to a lot when it comes to penalties. That's try to move a little bit, try to be a little bit bigger, show that she really wants to make the saves. And we watched, for example, the Swedish goalkeeper the other day against England that did a great job from the line, and now she did it. So it's so fun to see that how many great saves she did, and a really big hero for us today.
So Kim praising the goalkeeper for Algeria as well. You know, coming into this game, the lady had not conceded. You know, they played 0-0. They won by a goal to 0 in one of their games, and they're not the side that score a number of goals, but they've got a good shot stopper who's able to prevent balls from entering you know, her net. Unfortunately, they go out of the competition. But the coach, you know, rightly indicates that she's been instrumental until the penalty spot where the girls were able to convert that opportunity. You feel against Morocco, like Kobina said, if we're able to hold them up until 90 or 120 minutes, the sports kick will be the decider for us. Should it be the way we should go?
I think that we need to start taking, like earlier in games, I think we need to start taking advantage of opportunities. Because throughout the competition, I think one part thing that we've noticed is in the second, I don't think in the second half, bar the Algeria game, I don't think we've scored. So so going ahead, I think that once we get the opportunity to go ahead in games, the next time we play against games, we should try and get Doris and how do you call it, Boy Hawkla. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
She has. They've also been. They've both been very good, and they look like they how do you call it? Given the quality, if they're able to, if the team around them is able to set up play, they look like they have the differential quality, things that they can make things happen in the final third. And I think sometimes when you're playing football, even if you feel like you need other people to be in sync, maybe you need to play a 1-2, maybe there are little things that. And I think that obviously it's a quality thing, but I think if the whole team is able to be in sync and because it's not that they are not creating opportunities, like you said, they're able to create opportunities. So I think that if they try and do that earlier in games, because one thing about football too is there's momentum. Obviously, if you score 2 goals and a half, all of a sudden the other team starts thinking, can we come back into this? Do we have a chance? But if you keep missing opportunities, now there's a reverse where and they start thinking, oh, maybe this is our day. They keep missing these chances. They keep coming up with chances, but they can't score. Maybe it's our day to win. And I think that is very vital in how they play the game. So going into and it's a semi-final too. They'll have the home support. The stadium is going to be loud and probably full. So I think that once
louder than against Algeria, because Algeria there were no numbers.
Definitely. So I think what we need to do is like kill the noise in the stadium. Go in early, maybe try and get 2 quick goals, and then just hold out the game. The same way we've been playing the first half and almost being defensively solid and not being able to take our chances. We need to just calm down, get early goals, and then just see out the game. And then the biggest challenge awaits in the final, whether we're playing South Africa again or we are playing Nigeria.
You seem super confident now, like, you know, for Morocco it's like a done deal. Like
it's not a done deal, but it will be saying that me thinking that they are fortunate to get here, and I think I'm trying to focus on the things that they've done right that have been able to get them to this point in the competition. And with what I'm seeing so far, it's like I said, it's the chance creation, it's the defensive solidity when they need to be. And I'm not dismissing Morocco. It's not me being dismissive. It's more patriotism than overconfidence. Yes. So I'm just hoping that when they get the opportunity in the semi-final, they can take it, and then once we get to the final, we'll see what happens.
All right, that's great. You know, before we move on, I want us to talk about under 20. We mentioned key areas in making our attacking front sharper. You spoke of a defensive unit, getting them well composed, you know, to be able to match up against the Moroccans. They've got support, you know, possibly because of the home advantage. You know, we might see certain 50-50 decisions go for them. But the experience we've seen in other games. What do you think will play that instrumental role for us? Is it our midfield, how sharp they can get to distribute the balls in key areas? Because we've already spoken about the chances out for, but the midfield, are we that strong and energetic enough to match the Moroccans? You know, come it's 22nd, right?
On Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah. So for this game, I just feel like if the likes of Grace Asantua, like the way she did so well against Algeria, and she had the women's
a man of the match,
and she's able to play so well, and the likes of Evelyn Bedu is able to just come back to herself like the one we know previously. I think we'll be able to beat this Moroccans, because we just need to be sharp in attack, try our best to when we get our chances, try our best to just score, because when you don't do that, the Moroccans will punish you, and they have the 12th man in that game. That is their supporters, so there will be a lot of noise. So they have to be very, very extra careful and try not to make the game prolong too much to the 70th, 80th minute, because
They should go for the Chelsea kill, eh? What Chelsea did to PSG.
that's the thing. Because I just feel like no matter what, you are playing against the host nation. And sometimes some kind of decisions that might favor the host nation,
Yeah.
the referee might kind of give some decisions that are so not too foul, but maybe take it as a penalty or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's be very careful. Let's try to get the early goal. When we get the early goal, we just sit back, try our best, and just if it's counter that we want to sit back and just play on a counter, fine. But we just need to get the 2 early goals. 1 goal will be enough. At least 2 to make us do so well.
You have the feel that that tag, we are not favorites of the competition. I say that because of the FIFA Club World Cup. Look, Chelsea's gotten very good talent. No argument. But my point is that they were not favorites, in consideration to win the FIFA Club World Cup. In the context of the Women's African Cup of Nations, the Black Queens knew they were underdogs before they went into the competition. But look, they've played their way out, played the defending champions. Even though they lost, pick the lesson from that. And that game that mattered against Tanzania, they scored a number of goals. Maybe this is just a game that matters against Morocco.
Yeah,
and the underdog tag.
Yeah, fair. And that's once with some of these things, I feel like you have to go out and prove it. And that was the thing that I said before they played the South Africa game. I didn't want us to be in a situation where we are better than most of the other teams around us. But once we meet the best teams in Africa, the top quality, we're not able to, be as impressive. And that's where I feel like the 2 games left, once you make it to the end of the competition, you are going to play the best teams. Maybe you can avoid them earlier in the competition, in the group stage, in the knockout stage. But once you get to the semi-finals and the final, we'll play the best teams. And now, if we are actually at that level, if we are able to show that we can actually compete with the best teams at the top of Africa, I think that this is a good opportunity. The Morocco game and the final game should be a good opportunity for that.
Now, are we on top when it comes to the group that is selected and called the best in Africa when it comes to football? At under 20 level, there are question marks, few of them though. We are playing at the Ghanaian Soccer Center of Excellence in the WAFCON Zone B Championship. Played against Cote d'Ivoire. It was a sad day again for us. Watch this. Look, I love the commentary. Forget it. Sometimes, when you are running games on your national team, there's a bit of composure you have to keep. And if you lose a little, the occasion will get to you, and it's normal. He is a Ghanaian, and I'm sure he didn't love. But hey, that's not a topic for conversation. Look, we appointed Desmond Ofe, took him off the Black Stars role to concentrate to help develop our junior team, and of course he's the director of coaching education here in the country. I stand to be corrected, because the changes keeps coming, and sometimes the names are a lot in my mind. We play against Cote d'Ivoire. You watched that game. Were you impressed, Kobna?
No.
Why?
They played against an Ivorian team that knows each other so well. They are not a team that, let's take it, is getting close to a tournament, and they have to call about 50, 60 players, calm them, and now be trying to do their best to get their best players. They don't do that. They brought in good players that really helped them. And from the start to go, from the first minute to the 90th minute, the Ivorians played so well. Lucky for Ghana, we had the first goal. We scored the first goal, thinking maybe we were going to defend or try our best to get more goals. But unfortunately, the Ivorians came into the game and they played so well. They played so well against the Black Stars Lights, which I'm not really surprised, because lately the under 20s and other men's football teams, they don't really play so well. They play like I don't know, but they play like a team that is not interested to play football. Yeah. So I wasn't surprised. The Ivorians deserve to win, and they are through to the finals against Nigeria.
What is wrong? Because this football administration is much concentrated on one, women's football, and two, I won't say juvenile football, but I want to say development from grassroots through our national team up. So we have a number of national teams. So the concentration basically is developing the next talent. For the chain, the Black Stars.
And I think because that's the most important stage of the development when you are getting towards the Black Stars, because that's the team that directly feeds. And like I think there should be more. I've been saying this. I think there should be more consistency in the selection for the Black Satellites. Mainly because, like you said, these are the players who eventually go through and come through to the Black Stars.
Yeah.
And I think that they need to be able to get the culture of winning things together, even from youth level. If they can continue it from the under 17 to the under 20 to the Black Stars, maybe once they get to the Black Stars and when they get to these big tournaments, they are not scared, they are not freezed by any of these things. For Desmond Ofei, I think this is the second tournament that he hasn't been able to deliver the result that was expected of him. I mean, I think he's done well. His association with Ghana, at least with Ghanaian football so far, I think he's been a success. It's since he stepped away from the Black Stars job and took the Black Satellites job that he hasn't so far. Because when we were at the AFCON, was it the AFCON, where we missed out on the semi-finals when we would qualify for the World Cup, and now with the WAFCON. Yeah. So in his first two roles as the boss, I don't think he's been able to deliver. But I still have faith that given time, if like I said, if they're able to be more consistent with the players they select and with there should be a consistent way we play throughout the national teams too, from the under 17 to the Black Stars. If they're able to do these things, I think he's the right person to lead them. So they were playing the defending champions. It's a shame that they weren't able to get through, but I think they've done all right in the tournament. They only managed one win throughout the whole tournament, which I think obviously there are only 3 teams in their group. You said, so they should have, if they didn't win 2 games in the group stage, they won one of their 2 games. But I feel like if you are playing well through these tournaments, it carries throughout, and maybe that's what affected them in the end. So when they came out against Ivory Coast, like I said, they took the lead, but they weren't able to hold on.
Great. Let me pick some few messages before we go for a quick break. Nice to see most of you eat your humble pie after what Chelsea did to PSG. Daniel from Lashibi, 17. I am Lionel Oko Sosi from Kofrom in Kumasi. I don't think the Black Queens can make it past the Moroccans. We want to hear what Angelo has to say about the Chelsea PSG game. I remember exactly what he said before the final. Daniel from Lashibi Community 17. Maybe you'll get to react to that. But good evening. I never for once gave the goalkeeper a chance before the penalty shootout. Wow, brilliant display from her. Doris should up her game. Gottsla from Ashama. Well, I didn't give her a chance as well. The Black Queens must be aware of giving away penalties or rough tackles against the Moroccans, since the officials will be more sympathetic towards the Moroccans. Kweku La Paz. Good evening, Abeku. I watched the replay of the Ghana-Algeria match, and I am so confident that Ghana will get to the finals. One player that stands out for me is the number 9, talking about Doris Boudou. Please help with her contact. I have a gift for her. I'll bring the gift here. We'll go give them for you. Okay? Yeah, that's fine. Good evening, and wish you all the best. Congratulations to the Black Queens for their sweet victory yesterday, but must go all out to beat their next opponent, that's Morocco. And also, better luck next time to the Black Satellites moving forward. Togbe Afede and his management members should be more productive and serious on the Heart to Folk team. Uncle Ibu from Odoko Official Town. I trust Chantel Boy to do it all. Ghanaian female co-palmer. The Black Queens coach is very good. Please forget the under-20s. The coach, Mr. Faye, is good, but the team is very weak. Bernard from East Legon. The last 2. This one reads, the Black Queens did well for qualifying to the next stage, but for this Moroccan team, dear, I'm afraid. Hi to all Liverpool fans watching the show. This is from Wisdom. Good evening to you, Bernard, and the team. Dear Chelsea fans, enjoy your current ride and leave Angelo alone. Regardless of what happens in the semis, this crop of Black Queens players must be maintained. I see a lot of potential in the team. By the way, what happened to the Gyökeres to Arsenal move? Is he moving on a bicycle or 40 Vespa? I can't think far. Apart from Awoshi. Guys, let's go for a quick break or return back in studio. We'll get to talk. This is Scorecard on Channel 1 TV. You're welcome back. This is Scorecard on Channel 1 TV, and I am Bernard Abekoch. We've gotten Angelo Kwache with me here in the studios, and Kobnamafo as well. And of course, you doing the watching. I've seen a lot of messages, on our WhatsApp console. I'll be reading them for you shortly, but keep them coming. Well, I learned Brian is watching us from Cape Coast. I've gotten your message, Brian, and super excited to know that you are watching the show. So let's get to the Kotoko talk. Yeah, Kumasi Asante Kotoko gets to confirm because he's already there. He won them a trophy.
Yeah.
And I mean, why would you change him and make him a technical director? I do not see the sense in that. And I'm not sorry about it because he's won you 2 trophies. An important one gets you into Africa. Giving a 2-year contract at the club, super crucial for Kotoko.
Yeah, very.
Sorry, I come to you, Angelo. Let me pick your talk up now.
But it's very crucial for Asante Kotoko at this point. A coach that came in later in the season and performed well because winning you the MTN FA Cup is a good result or a good trophy for you guys for them to qualify for the CAF Confederations Cup. So when the announcement about a new coach coming in and it's delayed, I felt like it was Karim Zito that were confirmed because they already started doing transfers and Kotoko has already signed about 11 new signings. So when they were doing the transfer, I had a feeling that, truly, Karim Zito will be the one to coach for Asante Kotoko next season. It's good for our league because next season you're going to see Didi Dramani of House of Folk and Karim Zito, which is really going to help us. So it's good because he has had a good season with Asante Kotoko, hoping that the following seasons or the seasons next, he will do well and do better in Africa.
Well, that's important, isn't it? The African conversation. It puts Kotoko on top, and it sort of give Accra as a folk that push to say, hey, look, we've also gotten a former Kotoko coach who won the league title with them twice, and he comes into our fold. Even though we are not going to Africa, our target then for next season will not be to win the Ghana Premier League, but to also win the FA Cup because there's a template now to get us into Africa, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, if I think that both of them have shown ambition. Obviously, Kotoko slightly more because with the time they made the appointment and they brought in Karim Zito for Prosper Nate Ogun, they were still competing for the league. They were still in the MTN FA Cup. I think they made a statement and said that I don't think that what we've achieved so far this season is good enough. So they made the switch and they brought in Karim Zito. And him winning the FA Cup, I think they were disappointed that they couldn't win the league. But him winning the FA Cup, I think, was showed that he's a top class coach. I would say within the Ghana Premier League. I think his achievements speak for itself. And then winning the President's Cup, beating, I think it's also the fact that he played against Hearts of Oak in that final. The fact that he had a test of playing their rivals, and I think he was able to live with the pressure. And I think his message going into halftime, conceding and getting them to come out in the second half, turn the game around really quickly. I think all these things show that it shows that he's able to get his message across to the players. That even when things are going in a certain way, he's able to tactically flip things, and they're willing to listen to him. And like I said, if you call if the President's Cup could count as a trophy, winning those 2 trophies, I think it set the pattern for how next season should go. And with 11 players coming in, I'm hoping that he's able to get them all to settle in and then buy into what he's trying to achieve. Because with the Justice Blay issue and other things that have come up, we've shown that within the Kotoko camp, at least, not everyone is as focused on the same ambition as he is. And I think that he needs to make a statement, and the players that want to be here and are willing to be disciplined, because that's another thing I've noticed. He looks like a disciplinarian. Yeah. He looks like there are certain things that he comes in.
But when the boys decide to do the shisha in their rooms, how would you know as a coach?
No, but that's when
unless someone is reporting to you.
Okay, yeah, no, but these things have a way of showing throughout multiple things. Maybe you do shisha, okay, yeah, he doesn't find out about the shisha, but the next day for training you are late. Yeah. There are certain things that it follows.
Or your performance drops.
Your performance drops, and I think that the most important thing is setting the standards, and people who should be able to meet. And he's already set the standards by winning trophies. And I think going into next season, competing for the league, like you said, with Didi Ramani, they'll be very good to see if, like old times, you can have Hearts and Kotoko both competing for the league again. But in terms of his appointment, I think it was a no-brainer. I think everything he's done so far since he's given the job, he's vindicated the choice to give him the job. And now on a permanent basis, he has to also go and show that it's the right decision.
That's super true. He wanted to be the coach for the Porcupines. He gets the slot, and it's good to see him at Kotoko. For me, I feel next season's Ghana Premier League is going to be super exciting because we've got two brilliant coaches. Do not forget that there are other experienced, well-experienced coaches around. So there is the former Accra Hearts of Oak coach who won 5 trophies for them. 5. Samuel Boadu.
Yeah.
There is a coach who's won the league with Kotoko before. What's his name? My uncle from Tadi. Okay, Bashir Hayford.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A very good and well-experienced manager as well for Heart of Lions. Then there's Didi Dramani for Hearts of Oak. There's Karim Zito, who won a trophy for Dreams, took them to Africa, and is with Kotoko now, and taking Kotoko to Africa.
Was he also the same coach that took them to the semi-finals
Yeah.
of that
Yeah.
competition?
Yeah.
The Dreams FC,
Yeah,
right?
so he has pedigree in the competition, and just in
Yes.
reference to the competition that you're asking for Kotoko. So I think they have. It's a positive season to look forward to.
Let's get into some few messages. Then we'll get into the next chapter of the show. This reads, I'm Summer Forcing in CP Malam, Ghana all the way. He says, hi Bernard, whether Coach Nimini likes it or yes, Chelsea is the best team in the world. This is from Abid National. Wow. I know Abid, you always like that. Good evening, Abeku. The Queens did very well, but Doris has been a pale shadow of the Doris from Hazakets. Outstanding so far have been Chantel, Yaboa, Kusi, and Asantua, and Princess over-elaborates with her play. Goal scoring is an issue, and the Moroccan game will be a tough one. This is from Kwamina from Labadi. Good evening, guys. My darling Liverpool will definitely retain the EPL trophy. Watch out for Kotoko next season. Barumba, head teacher, Manso Achere DA Primary School. Please, I want to know if the Black Queens have qualified to the Women's World Cup or not. And also, I want to know about Daniel Amate's move to Heart of Oak. Which Daniel Amate? The Black Stars Daniel Amate?
Yes.
The Black Stars Daniel Amate. Okay. Ebo Collins from Odoko Official Town. You heard anything about Daniel Amate to Accra Hearts of Oak?
He started training. He has started to do some personal training, but for his move to Hearts of Oak, I'm yet to hear about it.
Yeah. I mean, players come and they train with players. I don't want to say local players. They train with other players.
Yeah.
But to get him to Hearts of Oak is crazy a little. Anyway, well, let's move on. I think he has another question as to
Whether the Black Queens.
The Black Queens to the World Cup.
Yeah.
No, this is not the year.
Yeah, this is not the year.
Okay.
Unless the next edition, that is next year.
Okay. All right. Let's get to. He spoke about Daniel Amate. Let's talk about a Ghanaian international and the moves around. Antoine Semenyo has been stating reasons why he felt he had to stay at Bournemouth. Let's watch this. Look, I feel he's one of the best forwards we have in our Black Stars. I love him. And playing time is important, is why I feel he's committed 5 more years of his career with Bournemouth. Isn't it? Is there a strategy Bournemouth will want to use to sell him at a higher fee, say somewhat within the range of £55 million or £50 million upwards? Or you feel, for the player himself, he commits to get a lot of playing time, to come play in the qualifiers for the World Cup, get into the World Cup, and show his quality?
I mean, in terms of a move, I'm slightly worried for him because I feel like with the way modern football is going,
5 years is a lot.
The longer you sign your deal, it means that at some point you expect the club has to now sell you at a higher valuation, or you need to play to show that you're worth that value, if that makes sense. Because if you have 5 years left on your deal, there's no reason to sell you. Even with 1 year left on your deal, sometimes the club would rather just keep you and then rather just lose you on a free and just take it as you've repaid the value that we've invested in you. So in terms of 5 years, if he plans on moving from Bournemouth, I'd worry that that's an issue. But in terms of, but if you move it on to the conversation to him playing time, I think that it's a positive. And like I said, he's in a good place where he feels wanted. He feels like the club, not that maybe it's not built around him, but he feels like one of the most important players of the club. And if you look at last season, if you look at what teams like Forest and Crystal Palace have been able to achieve, I think that if long-term, if he really believes in the Bournemouth project, I think him signing another long-term deal, which guarantees that even if even if he's injured, he gets paid, and now they can focus on maybe achieving bigger things, maybe getting into Europe, maybe they can win one of the cup competitions.
Okay.
And yeah, given how much Bournemouth have progressed since they've been in the league, I understand the decision. I'm not sure if it's the same decision I would have advised him to take. Given how well he had played last season, another thing, it's all about the right moment sometimes. Sometimes you can be playing really well, but because of how much time is left on your contract or how much valuation is left for you, other teams can come out for you. And I feel like he was in a prime position where contract was running out. He was at high valuation based on the season he had already had.
Good.
I think he wanted to make a bigger step in his career. This would have been the right opportunity, but. And so, yeah, like you said, he's committed in terms of the future. And wish him all the best.
Absolutely. Let's go for a quick break here. When we return back in studio, I'll let Kobna have his say. Then we'll get into the preseason games as well. I know you have a lot of commentaries in relation to that as well. Scorecard on Channel 1 TV. Bernard Abekochi here. We'll be back. Welcome back to Scorecard on Channel 1 TV. We've spoken a lot about a lot of issues here on the show. I want to read some few. My thoughts are getting scattered because of the messages I'm reading here. The ladies, this one says, I'll come back to you, Kobna, forgive me. The ladies are playing very well, but one, ball control. They push the ball long instead of keeping the ball with their legs. Also, take care of where they have to shoot and shoot well. But the Moroccans will be given the advantage by the referee, so they should be careful and take their chances. This is from Akoi from Liberia. This one says, please, there was a report from the other sister FM stations this morning that he will be at the Pobiman tomorrow to train with Accra Heart to Folk. That is why I wanted to know if there could be a possible permanent move. Or we'll see about that tomorrow. Let's hold on. My good friend Opariado will give me any information, in relation to whether they are going to have him or not. And they will want to do it in a grand style if indeed they are going to have him. So we'll be following that. We'll give you more updates in relation to that. Please update us on the Thomas Partey case and Simons to Chelsea. The Partey issue, he's yet to get to court. To tell his side of the story. So once there's issues to do with court and what have you, we can only wait for him to get to the court. What the court's ruling or verdict, if you want, would be, then we'll come talk about it. Simons to Chelsea, you have any latest?
I'm hearing that he's available. Yeah. He's available to some of the English clubs and
Arsenal, Chelsea.
Arsenal, yeah. He's a good player. I think he's a really good player, exciting talent. In terms of Chelsea, I don't know where exactly he would fit within the team, but. Yeah, I think he fits within the age profile and how do you call it, the type of players they are trying to attract.
Mr. Kofi Nkoma is also doing the watching all the way from Cape Coast. So I've gotten the message as I saw. He's a Chelsea fan, right? Chelsea, and I'll get a feed in relation to that. But Mr. Kofi Nkoma, we are also grateful for staying here. Let's get into. I wanted you to react to the Semenyo stuff before we get into the friendly. So, I mean, it sits well for the Black Stars, doesn't it? Playing time is what I focus on. Like, Angelo Riley spoke about. It is instrumental also for Black Stars, as well as, as much as it is for Bournemouth, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like he made the best decision because if he had moved to the likes of Manchester United who wanted him, you ask yourself, there's a lot of pressure as Manchester United, not like you being in Bournemouth. For Bournemouth, at least the pressure is not too much. You can be able to control it. And fortunately for you last season, you had one of your best seasons in the English Premier League. So he playing there next season is a good one. He can just improve on it. And who knows, maybe in the subsequent years, other big clubs will come for you with bigger values or bigger money. So I just feel like he made the best decision staying at Bournemouth.
If I may ask, do you think if Kudus had stayed at West Ham, I think
Kudus I knew your question. He was already struggling, isn't it?
He was. Not him struggling. Not him struggling. I'm talking about the Black Stars in terms of if Kudus stays at now that he's at Spurs. I don't think, even though he now has to be fighting with Son and other players for playing in the front line, I don't think it affects his Black Stars. His place within the Black Stars. Unless you're saying Kudus is more set within the Black Stars than Semenyo?
He sets within the Black Stars than Semenyo. It's arguable.
Yeah.
But
No,
kudos
I
is
feel
the
like
star.
the pedigree that would have come with him going to a big club. Maybe if it had been a Chelsea or maybe if it had been I don't think it
No
would have affected
disrespect
it.
to Tottenham. People will come at you. let's
Sorry,
get into
no.
other matters. He spoke about Tottenham. I'll come back to you. Then you fine tune all of that into it. He spoke about Kudus. He plays for Tottenham Hotspur. So let's catch Spurs against Reading, then United against Leeds. We get back-to-back visuals. Then we'll come back and the guys will have a chance to talk about it. There's lots of excitement behind scenes here. Let me say good evening to the CEO of BBNE Gold Stars, a good friend, Akwesiedu. He's watching the show, and that's your Manchester United, Mr. Edu. Are you proud of them, guys? What you saw, Manchester United. I mean, first off, maybe I know you want to. One of you wanted to wrap up the discussion on Kudos.
No, I was saying that if Semenyo had gone to a big team like Chelsea, I think that the pedigree of going to a big team would have helped him. But on Man United, I think I watched that match. I wasn't that impressed. I haven't been impressed with Man United for a long time. But it's pre-season. There's still a lot. They have new players coming in, so we'll see what happens with them. Spurs, I think Kudus will be happy to get to get an assist to be up and running for Spurs. It's only pre-season, but I think this is a chance for him to prove why he should be in the starting lineup. Because I think they are very stacked in the front line with Johnson, with Son, with Solanke, with Bergvall. There are different players that can play across different positions. So I think Kudus needs to show his versatility and ability once he gets a chance.
Wow, that's interesting. I know you don't have good words for United, do you?
Oh no, so I remember this game. I was at Oyarifa watching with Seth Friend at Westmont Studios, and he was like, when I was watching that, he was like, "Hey, Manchester United, like." I told him, "Oh, this is a preseason game," and as he said, this is a preseason game. No, but they are yet to.
But that's a League One team.
No,
that's a League One team. No, Luton.
No,
Luton I know now. They've been relegated from the Championship to League One.
Okay.
That's a League One team. That's Manchester United.
But that's preseason. That's the first game of preseason.
No, that's
you played a low tempo team.
You can change your whole team at half time. You should have another team that comes on. And if the first team wasn't good enough, the second team should be able to.
You should even know that the likes of the new signings, the likes of Mbuemo is not in. He has not started to even trade for them.
Oh, okay.
This is in the first half he changed the full first 11 and a new set came.
Exactly. So, but there was no difference.
I'm not really. It's just preseason.
Fair. Let's get into the Liverpool Stoke. Let's see what happens with Liverpool. So Liverpool beating Stoke by 5 goals to 0 is important, and Angelo have an apology to make to Manchester United. Makwesiedu, the CEO of BBNE Gold Stars, the winners of the Ghana Premier League, sends me a message. He says, Manchester is my team though. We were defending for the opponent. So United played against Leeds United, right? And they said they were defending for them. He said, but look, United will be strong this season, he believes. So that's according to a good friend, Kosiedu is a CEO of BBNE Gold Stars. Yeah, you have your time to apologize.
No, I want to apologize. United Leeds are now a Premier League team. Yeah. So United, who are 15th in the Premier League, lost to the team that have lost to. They drew 0-0 with the Premier League team. I like to formally apologize.
You never apologize.
No. So on the Liverpool thing, I'd like to. I think I've said this, but this is Darwin Núñez's season. I have.
How would you want us to close the chapter? There's Ekitike, there's Florent Viti. He decides to move up.
Exactly. So I'm excited for the season. Premier League champions, ready to defend their title.
Great.
So far, Liverpool have made good signings in the Premier League towards the Premier League, and I feel that they want to win the Premier League for maybe 4-3 times, like the way Manchester City did, and that they are doing the right signings. Let's see if that becomes the situation later at Anfield. I am Bernard Abeko, Angelo Kwache, and of course, Kobna Malfo. So thanks to all of the guys behind the scenes, they made this show. I know someone, and you for sending your messages through as well. Once more, I am Bernard Abeko, Scorecard on Channel 1 TV. Thank you for watching.